It's kind of weird standing on this side. It's loud. Can I go over here? Are you able to move that? That's way better. So, good morning. I'm Josh Boehm, Incident Commander with Team 13. So first I just want to say thank you for coming this morning, and really acknowledge, come on in. How you doing? Really want to acknowledge the welcome that we've gotten from all of you in the communities as we've come in and as we get ready to leave, because we're leaving here soon. But really, the way you all have welcomed us into this community has been unbelievable. Just warm, open arms, and really have made us feel part of the community. You know, when we come in to manage an incident, we really like to come in as quiet as possible, create as little disturbance to your regular days, and get out just as quiet as we came in. Because your lives are really important to us, and the impacts that we have when we come into a community sometimes can be pretty great. And so we try to keep those impacts to a minimum. But to be honest with you, the way we were welcomed into this community has just been unbelievable. So I want to thank you guys for that. My entire staff has just been like, these are the nicest people we've ever met. So really thank you to all of you for doing that. Because it's not easy. You guys are no stranger to fire here in this community. And so it's not easy to continually welcome teams into the community like this. But you guys have done an outstanding job. So with that, let's talk a little bit about the management and what we do and what we've done to this point and where we're going to leave this fire when we leave. So when we come in, I have a boss, and he's here. He's Darren. And so Darren gives me a delegation of authority, and that delegation of authority gives me the authority to manage all aspects of the incident. The financial side of it, the putting the fire outside of it, the operations, the logistics of it, everything that goes along with one of these fires, I have the delegation to do that. And ultimately, the final, the good, the bad, the uglies lie with me. And so that's how we start our relationship, right? Darren says, hey, here, good luck, right? And so I take that from him, and we put together a plan. My staff, my team, I think we came with about 102 people on the team. I think was our final count. As of today, I think it's 102 people. We meet throughout the entire day, and we're constantly coming up with plans, whether it's an operational plan, whether it's a financial plan, a logistics plan, but we're continually having ops meetings, debriefings, morning briefings, pre-briefings, community meetings, all these things that go into managing this thing. We're doing about 18 hours, 20 hours a day in some cases as far as staff goes. And so that planning part of it is what gets us to here. All of that planning that goes into it gets us to where we are today with these fires. You know, when we came in, they had established the Willamette complex. We've got the north end of that. And that was the slate, the ore, and the pyramid. We've already handed the slate back to the local unit. That thing's a done deal for us. We're getting real close on the pyramid piece, and we're getting even closer on the ore fire. And so that's our goal, is to get things back down to a manageable incident for the local units so that they can finish those things out. And so we're getting real close. I hope by the end of this, we've got another team coming in. It's the Northwest Team 7. They're going to be here on Monday. We're going to get them in briefed, and they're going to spend about a day and a half with my staff, with my whole team. And it's called our Shadow Day. And basically, they come in, they take a look at the plan that we have in place and what it's going to take for them to carry that plan forward. And so they don't come in and just build a whole new plan and start their own stuff. This plan has been in place since July 17th, I believe it was. So, and we just keep carrying that plan forward. There are small changes, small iterations, right? Because each team has their own process and how they do things. And they come with certain people maybe that I don't have. But that's okay. The overall plan and management aspects of this will stay the same. And so we're going to work the next 48 hours really hard and concentrate all of our efforts on making sure that when I leave and my team leaves, that they get that same information and they carry that plan forward and are able to come in as quietly as we did and leave just as quiet as we're going to. So that's kind of how the overall days for us go. As we're Um, one of the things we deal with is what we're going to deal with today, and that's weather. You guys got some wacky weather up here, I'll tell you what. it's really, hey, Oscar, hand me my water. So this weather stuff, my trainee and I, we were standing out in the parking lot last night. I was like, man, through a day we get every aspect of weather. The only thing that would make it any different would be a tornado. Like that's the only thing. It's like the only thing. We get beautiful sunrises, we get hot weather, and then we get clouds, and then it gets windy, and then it sprinkles, and it's like, man, we're getting the full aspect of the Oregon treatment here. So for me, it's a very unsettling feeling to have, and part of that is the safety of the firefighters. So at the very tip of everything, every decision that we make, every decision that I push forward and approve is the safety of the firefighter. That they all go home to their families safe at night, right? When this is done, that they make it home safe. And the trees here scare me to death. They keep me up every night. And so when we start talking about wind, and then we start talking about rain and loose soil and fire weakened trees, they don't even have to be fire weakened. Just a green tree falling over. Man, it scares me to death. So that's one of the things that we're dealing with today. So when Ops Chief Neil, when he talks about, we have a plan to get folks off of the line, let the storm pass, that's part of it. That's part of that decision, right? But that risk that we're taking, that's what Darren and I share every day. We share that risk together because at the end of the day, we make that decision to put somebody in there or not put somebody in there. Because there's a risk on both sides, right? There's a risk that we put somebody in there and they get hit by a tree and we kill somebody. It's a terrible thought. But there's also a risk when we pull everybody off the line and a piece of fire gets away from us and then we got to deal with that, right? But we're prepared on that end. So there's a risk on both sides that Darren and I have to come to an agreement on, and we got to balance those risks. And that's what we do every day when we talk about managing the fire. So that's kind of where we are today. My team, like I said, we're going to prepare the next 48 hours to get ready for the Northwest team and Chris Hoare, right? Chris Hoare? Chris Hoare's coming in. He's already been on this fire. He was with another team covering, so he's well aware of the situation. He knows exactly what the plan was 6 weeks ago when he was here. And so I've already been talking. He was just texting me as I was sitting over there before I came up. And so they're ready. They're going to come in. We'll spend a couple days with them. And then Wednesday morning, we'll transfer command to Chris and his team, and we'll get on the road home. We got a 2-day drive. We're from Southern California. So that's where most of us are from. So we'll get on the road, and we'll get out of y'all's hair. So I think that's about it. Mark, you good with that?